My word is frozen. I was frozen inside before I understood what God's grace really was. My name is Joanna Wilson. I'm an alumni of the University of Idaho, and this is my before and after story. I was trying to earn God's approval by doing, thinking, and even feeling only what I thought He wanted me to feel. Any part of myself that didn't seem to match up with what I thought He wanted, I was careful not to feel that, to conceal that. There was a certain safety in being frozen. Ice has an appearance of beauty. It's sparkling and it's lacy, but there's no life there. On the outside, I maintained the appearance of the perfect Christian girl, but inside I felt only fear that the ice would crack or melt, and God would be disappointed in what I'd done. Ice is also brittle and sharp. It can cut if you get too close. And so did I. Those who were closest to me often felt the sharp edges of that icy palace I hid inside. But God wasn't content to leave me there. He wanted to see me alive and growing. He sent painful events into my family life that began to melt down those icy closed doors. He sent people into my life to smash down the walls of that palace, people who spoke truth into my heart that I didn't want to hear, people I couldn't just get along with. In the harsh light of the sun, I saw and felt again those parts of me that I'd frozen away in ice for years, from myself and from God. Anger, bitterness, disappointment, guilt, and shame. Then God showed me how I'd gotten it all backwards. Because when Christ took the penalty for all the ways I'd failed when He died on the cross, and then He gave me in trade His perfection, there was nothing more I could do to earn God's approval. There was nothing I could do that would add to what Christ had already given to me. And there was nothing I could do or think or desire against God's will that Christ hadn't already paid for. There was nothing I could do that would lose God's approval. Now planted in that ground of security, I've begun to grow and learn what it means to experience God's love, to risk relationship, to open the door. Now after that encounter with God's grace, I'm growing.